Hello, I'm Dr. Priscilla, the founder of Speak Excellent English. Today, I'm prepared to share with all exam takers of the IELTS quick tips and strategies to help you improve your score, perhaps by 2, 3, or even 4 points, based upon your willingness to listen, practice, practice, and practice until you achieve success. The key to your success is going to be your willingness to follow instructions and directions that I can outline for you. You can choose to have a class. However, the tips that I'm going to give you right now should be sufficient in helping you to achieve a higher score based on your effort and your desire. Anything that is worth having, in my opinion, is worth putting in the extra time and getting extra help if you can afford to do so. But everything that you need can be accomplished through the free resources that I'm providing to you and the other resources that are available on the internet. So if you're ready, let's get started. The first thing that I want you to know is that in the speaking part 1 of the IELTS exam, there is a very short period of time that you will be speaking. 4 to 5 minutes is the amount of time that you will be speaking. However, 4 to 5 minutes when you are under pressure or feeling stress can appear as if it was an hour or longer. But keep in mind, it is no longer than 4 or 5 minutes. In fact, you will see that I'm going to keep this video around 4 or 5 minutes, and I'm going to talk in a very relaxed manner, hoping that you'll be able to understand everything that I'm talking about. Knowing that the exam will be about 4 to 5 minutes, you will have approximately 12 to 15 questions. 12 to 15 questions and a 4 to 5 time limit would suggest that your answers should be brief but concise. Now, how do you get a brief but concise response? You do this by thinking in sentences. For every question or every prompt that you're given, restate the prompt, then answer. Pace your speaking. Do not try to get so much in. It is not your responsibility to keep up with the time. The examiner will keep up with the time. When we think about the topics that you will have, the topics will be simple topics. Something about home, work, school, things that you definitely know a lot about. This is what we would consider chit-chat. And if you can chit-chat easily, you should do very well in this part of the exam. The topics that you will have, again, will be simple and everyday topics. And the most important thing to remember about the exam for section 1 is that you should speak in complete sentences. When you speak in complete sentences, restate the prompt, use transitions if you can, such as however, also, in addition, and finally. Those are just a few. But in a session with me, I will teach you lots of transitions and give you lots of practice. Now, as the examiner will start with the very first question, it could just be something like this. Now, I'd like to talk to you about your hometown or village. The examiner may say something like this. What kind of place is it? Now, keep in mind, the examiner has said we're going to talk about your hometown or village. You know that this is what we're going to talk about until he changes the topic. So your answer would be, the type of place that I live is blah, 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 blah. However, blah, 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 blah. That would be a compound sentence because that would be a transitional sentence because I used however. Another statement might be, what is the most interesting part of your hometown or village? Respond by saying, the most interesting part of my hometown is blah, 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 blah. That was one complete sentence. Another prompt that he may ask would be, what kind of jobs do the people in your town or village do? Now you know the type of jobs that the people in your village do, so just quickly respond with a simple answer. Another prompt might be, would you say it's a good place to live? And you would give an answer by saying, yes, I would say that it is a good place to live. The reason I say that it is a good place to live is because here you have a compound prompt, so you need to answer two separate parts. The examiner may then say, let's move on to talk about accommodations. Now we're talking about something completely different. And if the examiner says, tell me about the kind of accommodations you live in. Repeat the prompt. The type of accommodation that I live in is, give your response. How long have you lived there? Give your response. What do you like about living there? Give your response. And finally, what sort of accommodation would you most like to live in? If you've answered these successfully, you can be assured that you have a reasonably good score on the exam. Now, this video will end, and if you have questions that you'd like to ask me later, please feel free to do so. I will be happy to answer any of those questions for you. Or you can post your questions below in the chat box, and I will respond to them as well. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Dr. Priscilla. I am the founder of Speak Excellent English, and I look forward to talking with you very, very soon. Bye for now.